Welcome back. Right now, I'm excited to welcome to the show Kendra Conyers. She's an author, realtor, investor, has done many things throughout her life and is going big places. Joining us from North Carolina. Kendra, how are you today? Welcome to our show.
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I am also doing well and looking forward to hearing more about you. Through reading all the information about you, I've noticed that you've gone many different places and done many different things. You seem to have a diverse base of talents that have led you to where you are today. So let's start there, actually. Tell me more about what you're doing right now.
So I am a multi-million dollar real estate producer, a philanthropist and public figure based out of North Carolina. So my day job, if you will, is real estate. I sell real estate from land, residential, commercial. And then I also have another component where I do ministry for women. So I love to empower and uplift women. And right now, I'm actually planning a women's conference at our Crown Coliseum, and it's incorporating business and Bible. And so I'm super excited about that, to just uplift and encourage. I feel like that's what I was called to do. And so I just love doing that.
And tell me more about that conference and also what made you decide to create this group, this organization that builds up women.
So I wanted to encompass who I was as an individual. I do business, over here, and I do that well. And then I always have the God component where people are always like, Kendra, you're always spreading about Jesus and talking about God. And because that's who brought me to success. And so I wanted to marry the two worlds, ministry and marketplace. And so I named the conference Bibles and Bags, because I want to teach people that the way to success is really going back to the blueprint of your creator and getting that blueprint, that plan that was already prepared for your life, so that you can go through life more smoothly, so that you can know what direction to go in, what career field, what industry, what business, and just showing people the true blueprint to success and how you obtain that in your own individual way. Because I feel like a lot of us have become confused, and we go into lanes and different parts of life, figuring things out and wasting time when we could have just went and asked the person who created us. And so that's where the Bibles and Bags came into play. And because I already had the women's group, we have about 1,500 women in that group. I was like, you know what? Let's just put on an event where we all can come together, because I have women that are from the Netherlands, I have London, and then here in America, Houston and Los Angeles. And so I was like, we can all come together and just share on a corporate level and have this women's conference.
And it'll be so nice to have everyone get together. I know we're all very much looking forward to being able to do that. So what will happen at the conference? Do you have speakers coming in, or what are you planning?
Yeah, so Friday night is going to be the Bible night, and that's going to be female pastors that are coming in. That's going to be more of the getting into the Bible. Then Saturday is going to be our bag night. So that's going to be business. It's going to be a panelist with his friends. Everybody on the panel are my friends. And so there's 6, 7, is even as high as 8-figure CEOs. One of my best friends, she did 10 million last year in sales in her skincare line. So each of us are all different industries, and we're going to do a panel and basically share how you can get into this industry and how you could become successful in the different industries, and then open up to the audience so that people who want to start a skincare line, or who want to make $80,000 like my friend Felicia does on YouTube, or who wants to get into real estate like me, you can pick our brains, talk to us, we'll talk back. And so I'm super excited about it.
It seems that combining real estate with this incredible organization for women actually makes so much sense, especially in terms of your education and background. You got a degree in psychology as well as counseling. How does that play into what you're doing right now?
It's funny you said this. I was telling my mom the other day, I said, Mom, I wish I would have found real estate before I racked up all these student loans, degrees that didn't serve me. And she's like, no, I feel like they do serve you. How many times are you selling a house or helping a couple buy a house, and you have to flip your hat from a realtor to now they're a counselor, life coach, or whatever the case may be. There's been many times when people have sold a house because of divorce, and I'm walking them through that pain and trying to get them to that healing place even after we close the house. And so it really just kind of I use the tools that I got from school, from my degrees, to really better serve my clients' industry and better serve the women who are in my women's ministry, because all walks of life, all things that they've encountered, and maybe some things I haven't encountered, but because I was trained in it and educated on it, I could better serve that community. So I feel like it all just ties in together. The dots just connect along the way.
And something else that I'm sure connects with this as well is that you competed in the Miss California pageant just a few years ago, and you've been in TV commercials, you've acted in some films, so that's another aspect of your many talents that comes into play with what you do now.
Yeah, and it's acting my first passion. I love real estate and I love selling and helping people buy and sell homes, but acting, that is my number one passion. I've always loved to act, being in films and being in different shows, like you said, running for the Miss California. I believe I always wanted to be that representation of what's possible. A lot of the times people don't shoot for the stars or shoot for, things beyond what they can see. And so when you show them, hey, I've done it, I've achieved this, I've shattered this glass ceiling, I've climbed this ladder, now it boosts encouragement inside of them, like, whoa, so that really is possible. And so that's why I just live my life by just showing people what's possible, inspiring others, spreading light and love wherever I go.
Life seems to take some twists and turns that you don't expect. I'm sure when you were getting your degree in psychology, you didn't anticipate being where you are today. But what I love about your background and your journey so far is how everything, I think, seems to very much connect. You have this natural charisma. Now you have experience in education in counseling and psychology, which you mentioned comes into play quite frequently. You know how to be in front of a camera and be comfortable in many different situations. And then you bring in your realty experience. It really just blends together so that you can support these women in many different ways. And I really love that. I love that experience. So I'm curious, where do you want to go in 5 years and 10 years? Where do you hope you'll be?
In 5 or 10 years, I really hope that I will be selling consistently at the multi-million-dollar level. I have listings and things of that nature that are in the, 2-3 million, but just consistently, that's my clientele, because when you have those higher price points, you don't have to, do as many a year. That way I can fill in the time gaps and free up my time to travel the world and host women's conferences and speak on stages and platforms and spread, light in the glory. And then also get back into acting, because I love that component as well. I love being in commercials and movies. And I feel like all of that, it just really encompasses who I am as a person. And so 5-10 years, I see, another firm. I also have my own real estate firm. We're in Charlotte and Fayetteville, North Carolina. So opening up another branch in Houston, Texas, and then just traveling the world, doing the things that I know I was called to do, along with the things that I've already gotten started.
And we're coming off of International Women's Day. I'm curious, Kendra, if there's a woman in your life that has helped build you up and made you get to where you are today and where you can empower and help other women.
It would be my mom. My mom has been my biggest cheerleader. My mom is she's such an amazing component. She's always made me feel like I can do it. I'm the woman for the job. Like, regardless, I remember when I was gonna run for Miss California pageant, I was so excited to run for the pageant. I had got everything together. I applied. They said they get thousands of applicants. They actually called me in for the auditions. I walked into the room and I didn't see me. I seen blonde hair, blue eyes, and much thinner. And I said, oh my Lord, let me just walk out of here. And I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm not gonna run for the pageant anymore. And she's like, why? I said, because no one looked like me. And she said, you better march yourself right back in that room, because you don't have to look like everybody else, but you belong in that room. And I went right back in the room and I made it to the different rounds they had, and ultimately was selected to run for Miss California. And she's always just been there, like, make me feel like I'm in the natural, I'm a Clark Kent, but when I'm around my mom, she makes me feel like Superman, like, you can do it, like, you got it, you're the woman for the job. And I think that has boiled over into everything I've touched and everything I've amassed in this lifetime, because she instilled that seed in me when I was such a little girl.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us. What a beautiful story, and just a great mom who can do those things for you, and now you're doing that for others, building people up, giving them confidence, empowering women. Where can we get more information about you as a realtor, and also about this conference coming up and the many things that you're doing?
Yeah, so my website is KendraConyers.com. And for the conference, you can just add a /conference. So KendraConyers.com /conference in order to get more information or purchase a ticket or donate, whatever the case may be. And across all social media platforms, my name is Kendra Conyers.
Well, thank you so much, Kendra, for joining us today. I really have enjoyed getting to know you better. I'm inspired to be a better woman, better career person, all those things. It's been great hearing all about you. So once again, Kendra Conyers, her website is where you can find all the information about her, and you will definitely be motivated when you see that. We'll be back with more right after this.